chicken pasta bake. I've already got my water boiling. Now your water has to be boiling. Oh, before I do, I lifted the lid away from myself. If I was to lift it this way, it would direct the steam into my arm and I'd burn myself. So make sure always when lifting up the lids, away from yourself and back. Don't put the lid back on while the pasta is cooking, because it will just boil over and make a mess. So rolling boil, which means big bubbles are breaking on the top of the water, and the top of the water is going like that, going crazy. In goes my penne, and then give it just a quick stir to make sure it doesn't sit and stick. Once it starts moving through the water, you can stop stirring it because it won't stick. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to turn it down because it's a little bit too high. And then this one, I'm going to cook my chicken. Take a little bit of butter. So I'm going to take half the amount of butter that I've got. So it's been portioned for you already. Take half. And then I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there as well. The butter is in there for flavour, but it will burn really quickly. By adding the oil to it, it won't burn as quickly. Pause that for a sec.
No, you usually.
So the penne is, it's not stuck, so that's good to go. Heating the pan up. Make sure you don't get your water into the pan because it will start splashing and spitting. Taking my piece of chicken. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can cut the chicken up first, then cook it off, or you're going to cook it and then cut it up. So I'm going to follow the recipe. I'm going to cook it first. Once it's cooked, then we will take it off, let it cool down, and cut it up. How do I know when the chicken's cooked?
When it's
not pink. So you break the fattest part of it open, and if it's white the whole way through, it is good to go.
How do you get really sick if the chicken's still warm?
Yeah, so the chicken's not cooked properly, you can get sick. So chicken's highly susceptible to salmonella, which is a form of food poisoning bacteria. Do not put metal in these frying pans or saucepans because you can scratch the non-stick surface. So using just our...
And then they won't...
And they're no longer non-stick.
They'll stick it.
Yeah. So you're going to move that around a bit. These are chicken tenderloins, so they come off the chicken breast, a little bit of chicken that flaps underneath.
Go.
Thank you. So while it's cooking, just quick safety considerations, things to think about when you're cooking. Never, ever, ever walk away from your frying pan while you're cooking because that can cause a fire. Try and keep the pan handle, if you're sticking out, make sure you're at it, or maybe to the side so you don't knock it when you're walking past it. Okay, when you put your foot in or turning it, drop it, pick it up, away from you, like that. So if it splashes that way. If I was to drop it in like that, it's going to splash everywhere and I can burn myself. Now it's getting a bit hot, it's starting to produce a bit more smoke. I'm going to turn the temperature down a little bit so it doesn't burn. Keep cooking that until it's white the whole way through. While that's happening, I'm just going to do what I said not to do. I'm going to stay here and watch it. I'm also going to go here and multitask. I'm going to take my chives. Now I'm going to cut these up into little pieces. So I'm going to, little finger and thumb, hold it so it doesn't spread it everywhere. My three other fingers are holding it down with my nails facing the knife. So if I do slip, it hits my nail, not my fingers, and then just slice it into little strips. That's fine. Yep, that'll do. Just roughly hack it up. And the parsley, just a couple of sprigs of parsley, break off the leaves. Now it's really tricky to chop with these knives, so I'm just going to hack it into smaller chunks. My chicken's still good, I'm still watching my chicken. So just bunch it up, and then as safely as you can. If it's not safe, don't try it. If you end up with whole leaves in it because it's too hard, today that is okay. Alright, so that's pretty much all the preparation I need. So I'll wait for my chicken to finish cooking, and I'll show you the next step. Yeah, so the chicken is cooked, and I know it's cooked because I can take, it's actually cooled down a bit. I take my chicken and cut it in half, and it's white the whole way through. Okay, my pasta is also cooked. So I'm going to take my pasta with a sieve over to the sink. Make sure my hand is over the bench, not over the sink so the steam doesn't get me. Pour in the pasta. And then I'm going to put that back on the saucepan, take it back to the stove and put it on one of the elements that was not on. Had this happen last week where a student left the element on and it melted the sieve. Okay, to check that it's done, using a tongs or a spoon. I know mine's done, but I'm going to show you how I know it's done. You can cut through it and you can tell what's done because the whole thing is the same colour. If you get a ring of light white colour in there, it's not quite cooked. Well, the other way is just to bite into it and taste it. So that's going to go there. Okay, chicken, I've cut up my chives and parsley. My chicken has cooled down. I put it into a clean bowl that hadn't been used previously. Now I can put the cooked chicken on the board. Don't put raw chicken or raw bags on the boards, because if I'm raw chicken, cooked chicken comes back, germs go back onto the cooked chicken. And that's what's coming. So I'm cutting it into small pieces, just hacking it up, roughly chopping it. Stirring it, chopping it. If you don't want to chop it, you can actually just pull it apart and it'll go stringy. Okay? Taking the last bit of butter back in the stove, putting my stove back on again. Gonna work this thing on that one, that one. Okay, we have crushed garlic to save you crushing it and make things a bit easier. Now, guys, unless you want to smell for the whole weekend, don't use too much garlic. That's probably enough. It's like 1/4 teaspoon. So I'll put that there. Now looking at the recipe, I need half cup of cream. Just pause that for a second. Thank you. So, oops, it's stuck. Over here, my pan is heating up. In goes the chicken. It's already cooked. Garlic goes in with it. Garlic should go in with it. 1 more spoon. And I'm also going to put the herbs in here too. All I'm basically doing is just warming these through. Okay, it's half a cup of cream. Just move it around so it doesn't stick and burn. Warming it through. All we're really doing is cooking the garlic and releasing those flavours. In goes my cream. Yeah. I'm going to cheat here and put my pasta in at the exact same time. And this is going to cook. The cream will thicken and reduce. Yes.
When do you put in the cheese?
The cheese is on at the very top at the end. If you're doing this at home and you want it really cheesy, put it in just before you put it into your container, so your ramekin. So this is going to go in the oven. So an oven-proof dish. Also, don't forget to season it. If I say season it, I don't mean summer, winter, or the spring. I mean salt and pepper. Yes. Oh, sorry, make it rain. I'm putting too much in now, but anyway. And then just a tiny pinch of pepper. I don't want to see grey pasta today.
Why not?
Like seriously, a pinch. Oh, maybe more than that.
Pepper tastes good.
It does, but too much is too strong, and it'll just burn. Alrighty, watching it closely. Everyone's watching, not that closely.
It's basically carbonara.
Very similar. So we're cooking it down the same way as carbonara. Where carbonara would have bacon in it, we're putting chicken into it. You could use different pastas. Ideally big whole pastas like penne or spiral pasta works really, really well. Spaghetti would work, but it sits a bit flat in the pan, doesn't look as big. What I'm looking for is those big bubbles, so it means it's starting to cook down. The outsides aren't quite there yet.
Wait.
When it gets thicker and reduces till it's almost gone, then I'll pop it into the ramekin. What was that? Thank you. We're recording again, so you can see that the bubbles are almost becoming bigger and thicker. The sauce is reducing. The whole sauce itself has got a much thicker consistency. I can take the back of the spoon and put the cream on it, and it runs off, but it's starting to stick. So it's starting to really, really thicken up. Still a little bit too much cream in there. If I was to put cheese into the mixture I put it into now, we're not doing that today, so all we have is cheese at the top, but that'll be enough.
Would that melt?
The cheese will melt and run through it. If you put the cheese in too early and cook it, the cheese will burn the bottom of the saucepan, or frying pan, sorry, and good luck cleaning that off. Okay, you could add some parmesan to it. I'm using tasty cheese because it's nice and stringy, it'll go nice and golden on top. Parmesan cheese adds an extra saltiness, a bitter taste to it, like a sharp, salty taste to it, but it won't go stringy like the tasty cheese or mozzarella. Now that's almost starting to split, so as you can see oil coming out of that. That is done. So carefully just pouring it in, using the tongs to guide it so it all ends up in the bowl and not next to it. Tablespoon of cheese, I already measured this, so it's a tablespoon on top, and that's going to go in the oven. It's already cooked, so all I'm looking for now is to golden up the cheese. Once the cheese is melted and gone golden, I'm going to take it out and eat it. And we are done. Probably a little bit long, so it's overcooked, but it's nice and golden, and that's the end result.